my channel QueenGemBeauty, and it's your girl Queen Gem back to bring you guys another video. So you guys, I'm super excited to bring you guys this video. It is my first video of 2017. I hope you guys had an amazing new year. Your girl is like under the weather, but I was like, you know what, I gotta come up in here and give y'all some videos. Like, I miss you guys so much, and I got sick like unexpectedly. Like literally, I got sick last weekend, and it has taken so much out of me, but I wanted to bring you guys a new video. So this video is going to be about the L'Oreal Infallible Total Coverage Foundation. It does say that it's a 24-hour foundation, and I am really excited to kind of basically test this out because, you know, I love a good full coverage foundation. Now, I did see a ton of reviews on this foundation, but I still had to try this foundation out for myself, and I wanted to share it with you guys as well. Now, this foundation has a lot of claims on here, and I didn't see too many great reviews on this foundation. So let me go ahead and go through. I do have a demo for you guys, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into talking about this foundation, show you guys the demo, and then give you guys kind of my afterthoughts on this foundation. Okay, Jim, so first of all, this foundation says that the finish of it is natural. It wears up to 24 hours. The coverage is high, and the texture is supposed to be airlight. This is what the packaging looks like. Now, I picked mine up from Walmart because I couldn't find my shade in anywhere in like Walgreens or CVS or anything like that. So I just waited until it got to my local Walmart, and I went ahead and picked it up. It does range about $11.99 or $10.99, somewhere like that, for this foundation. Now, I did pick up this foundation, Gems, in the color 312 Cocoa, and that's usually what I pick up most of my L'Oreal foundations in the shade Cocoa. So in my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, I have the same shade, which is 112 Cocoa, and then I did have the Pro Glow, and I had that in Cocoa as well. And I do have a review for the Pro Glow. I will link it down below. I never reviewed the Pro Matte. I felt like I was a little too late to the train to actually do the review, but I did end up really loving this foundation, and you guys can check out the review down below for the Pro Glow if you would like. But I picked up this shade right here, and one thing I do have to say is, L'Oreal, get real, okay? There are way too many women of color running around wearing makeup, beating our faces on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There's too many of us for you not to have enough shades in the color selection for us girls. Now, don't get me wrong, you did really good with your other line. I think it is the what is it? It's the L'Oreal. I don't think it's not Infallible, but it's like the regular, basically the regular old L'Oreal that comes in the bottle. You did really well with that shade. That collection, all the shades are amazing. You have some for me. You have some for the darker skin girls. You have some for our Caucasian girls. Like, seriously, what is going on? Like, when you release these foundations, there are only 2 to 3 shades for women of color, and we don't really fit in these shades, because who the heck is orange, L'Oreal? Who is orange? Do we have a new race called the orange people that I don't know about? Somebody let me know. If not, somebody please let L'Oreal know that they need to do better in the color selection, because I'm not feeling it. I feel like there was only like 2 shades really for women of color, 2 to 3 shades for people who are like women of color and maybe lighter, like medium tone olive skin, and then the rest were for the Caucasian ladies. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, but what about us, you know? And I felt like it was not a big selection or a jump between for somebody who's my skin tone, and I'm not even the darker the berry sweeter the juice bunch. So what about my girls who are darker the berry sweeter the juice? Because I know they not orange. So I'm not feeling that. Now, the packaging on this product I really do like. I feel like they gave you a squeezy tube, something that maybe you could control. It's a squeeze packaging just like the Pro Matte. There's just some differences in the packaging. You still get your 1 full ounce, but of course this squeeze tip is a little bit more, I guess you could say, you can control. Okay, so you can squeeze out just a little bit, like a drop, or you can really squeeze it out. Now, this foundation, like the moment that it touched the back of my hand when I first applied it in the demo, I was like, okay, ooh, yeah, I feel this. It doesn't move anywhere. It's thick. It's more of a moussey type of consistency. And as you guys can see, This is a pretty like orangey dark shade on me. I was able to make it work, but L'Oreal, y'all gotta step up and do better. It does give you this really orange Oompa Loompa feel, and okay, that's just not cute. It's 2017 and nobody should be walking around looking like a big orange cone stopping traffic. Okay, that is not cute. The air light texture of this foundation, I don't really feel like it's air light, and I'm gonna go ahead and play the demo right here next to me so you guys can see it. And me putting it on, I did use a brush. I used my e.l.f. powder brush. So on this side of my face, I use my e.l.f. powder brush, and then the other side of my face I use a blending sponge, and I actually liked it a little bit better with the blending sponge. This foundation dries super fast, so you guys can see I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to blend it, you know, up above my eyebrow area, on my forehead and all this stuff. It was just hard to work with that because it was drying super fast. Do I feel like it's an air-like texture? Absolutely not, because I feel like the foundation, you can feel it. It's very, very thick. I thought about doing 2 layers and I was like, girl, no, you gonna suffocate your face, okay? You live in Florida and ain't nobody got time to be putting on 2 pounds of foundation or feeling like 2 pounds of foundation and going out in this Florida weather. No ma'am, that's not gonna happen. So I just feel like that is not, you know, the texture, 24-hour wear, I can't tell you, because I'm never going to have foundation on for 24 hours. I think the max I've ever had foundation on is probably 16 hours, and that was because I was working, I went out, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I just had stuff to do, and by the time I got home, it was 16 hours later. But just to wear foundation to test it out for 24 hours, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna know that. This foundation does claim to be a natural finish. To me, it's definitely not a natural finish. It is more of a matte finish, and it is heavy on the face. I am going to go out and test it and see how I like it throughout the day, how it wears and all of that stuff, and I think I'm going to check back in with you guys and let you know how I like it, how it held up on my face. As of right now, I was able to, you know, put on a powder and make it work, but I'm not too sure about this foundation, so we will stay tuned and I will come back and give you guys my final thoughts on this foundation. Hey gems, so I am back to do my check-in for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys what time it was before I left, or before I checked out of this video. I was like, peace. But you know, it was girls' day. I had to go hang out with my girl Ellie, so I was in a rush, okay? And I've had a morning, or I've had a day, let's just say. So it is now close to, yeah, 6:55, so it's close to 7. I've had this foundation on for over 6 hours. I put it on at around 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I'm done. I'm over it. I can tell you guys how I feel about this foundation, and my answer is don't go get it. Don't spend your coins, don't waste your time. Why? Because L'Oreal Total Cover Foundation was a total fail. Okay, I am still orange. Okay, I feel like throughout the day it just oxidized on my skin. I'm missing foundation around my mouth. I ain't feeling that. I'm also, look at this. Look at this. Really, L'Oreal? That's what we doing. So the foundation literally is just sticking to my breakouts. It's enhancing my pores. I'm not feeling that. And I know I put on a pore minimizer, and I always use the Maybelline Baby Skin. It works under every foundation I own, you guys. And you see this? Your girl's not a happy camper. I'm not feeling this. It's cakey around my nose. It's, I mean, for somebody who has oily skin and for foundation to stick to it this way, I'm just not feeling it. I would see if somebody had dry skin and it stuck to their skin and they stuck to their dry patches, I would be like, oh, okay, girl. But, I mean, it's sliding off. It's caking up in some places. It's sticking to other places. It's just too much. It's too much going on. It's too much work with this foundation. And I honestly just do not think it's worth the coin. I feel like L'Oreal, they was going somewhere. But, honey, they got off the bus too soon. They might need to, you know, get back to the drawing board and get they people to do some more testing. Because this right here, it ain't where it's at. I'm not feeling it, and I definitely think you guys should just go ahead and save your coins, skip out on this foundation. And it just, you guys, just throughout the day it was just getting worse and worse, and I can't wait to wash my face. I can't wait to just get this off because it just feels nasty. So with that being said, those are my final thoughts, you guys, on the L'Oreal Total Cover Foundation. It was an epic total fail, okay? So with that being said, I will see you guys in another video. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, you know, all those good places, you know, so we can chit chat back and forth, you know. And like I always say, gems, it's not about how much it costs, it's how you apply it. So keep doing your thing and stay beautiful, okay? Mwah. Bye, gems.